What is special about music? Playing an instrument becomes a friend. Playing an instrument introduces you to friends because you can play together. If you feel sad, if you feel happy, you can always celebrate with music. It uplifts one.
We're situated in one of the most beautiful valleys in the world, called the Overberg Valley. It has an incredible, rich history, archaeologically, politically and socially. Napier is a typical South African rural village. And these communities in South Africa, these rural communities that have sort of been forgotten and are not looked after, are really problematic, and they are the result of over 350 years of slavery, of colonialism and apartheid.
These communities face significant challenges. Juvenile crime is a daily occurrence and a real challenge for the broader community. Teenage pregnancies often becomes a way of generating an allowance, and alcohol and drug abuse is keeping the community on their knees. It's difficult for children to attend school in these circumstances.
Either both parents have to work, so these children have to raise themselves, they have to dress themselves before school. We often have children coming without proper school clothes or even shoes or socks in the middle of winter where it can drop down to 2 degrees.
It's not something one fixes overnight, but it is something that one can contribute to a positive awakening of what is naturally there, the ability there, which is music. This is made possible by a charitable trust which we run called the HeadStart Trust, and the main project and thrust of that is called the Elspeth Jack Music Academy. It's named after my mother, Elspeth Jack. So she had this wonderful repertoire and brilliant ability to play all sorts of different types of musical instruments. And she was always passionate about the upliftment of society through music. And it was always her dream and her vision to create a music academy in the poorest areas, to give people an opportunity and a chance to experience the wonder of music and to allow that to be a healing force. And so we are helping to create a fabric of healing in a society that has been damaged by so much over so many years.
50% van ons ouers is werkloos in Napier. En die gevolg is dat dit is nogal moeilik om kinders betrokke te kry by baie aktiwiteite. Maar sedert die muziekprogram begin het hierdie jaar, is ons graad 7's veral baie enthousiasties en opgewonde oor die program. Selfs die ouers koop in. En baie van die ouers wat by die werk, by die huis is, hulle kom skool toe en vra, maar hoe kan hulle ook help en wat kan hulle doen om hulle kinders betrokke te kry by die program. So met die uitlooprit van ons kinders by die skool, is die musiek 'n bindende program vir almal.
We are using the Alfred Piano series as well as Trinity College, so the children get some formal tuition on reading notes and also being able to apply and write different rhythms. And the aim is to then apply all that to pop songs or popular songs that they enjoy and that they have chosen.
And that becomes a social fabric, particularly with school kids, young school kids. Give them the opportunity to find within themselves self-worth and self-confidence. Not only do the kids themselves find fulfillment in the creativity of music, but that just learning music and focusing on the understanding theory, history and practicality of learning music uplifts all sorts of other aspects of their life.
It's more than teaching just an instrument. It is teaching human life skills. It is teaching focus. It's teaching teamwork. I find that children learn from each other by the enthusiasm of most of them, and you need to just garner that energy and redirect it.
Hulle afwesigheidsyfer het drasties afgeneem. Gewoonlik was die graad 7's baie afwesig. Nee, nou 2019 is hulle 98% bywoningssyfer. Ek dink hierdie musiekprogram het 'n groot rol gespeel in die bywoningssyfer van die graad 7's.
We've already seen some changes in a positive light. When we started with children in groups of about 6 or 7 together, we realized one of the challenges were that they cannot work together. They do not know how to listen to each other, and we have now at the end of the 3rd term already reached a stage where these kids can play together in groups of as big as 13.
Ek hou van die musiekklas want daar's klomp goed om te doen. Ons kan tromme kap, ons kan na die keyboard speel. 7 plus is wanneer jy baie goed werk en jy kry altyd 'n ekstra sterretjie as jy goed die les goed geleer en geken het. Ek het geleer van musiek, ek het van 8ste note geleer, van kwartnote, heelnote en ek het geleer van die A tot G en keyboard. Die 8ste note en die tellings het vir my gehelp in my wiskunde.
Daar's minder gedragsprobleme by die graad 7's te ervaar te vergelyk met ander grade. So die musiek speel definitief 'n groot rol gespeel in hulle lewens hierdie jaar. En ek hoop ook dat in die toekoms die graad 6's, die 5's gaan ook baat vind by hierdie program.
Wat ek optel van hom is dat in die verlede het hy bietjie baie rondgeloop en so aan, maar vandat hy besig is met die musiekklasse, is dit asof iets anders vir hom aan die gebeur is. Hy is meer positief, hy sien uit, hy het vir sy ma gesê, hy sien uit om by die musiekklas te wees, want by ons by die kerk het ons ook musieke en hy wil graag betrokke geraak het by die musiek en niemand kon hom geleer het nie, en dit is een van die eerste dinge wat hy om daartoe verbind het om betrokke te wees.
We have also got the children showing a little bit better concentration when they go back into their classroom after music, and that we've already received some feedback on from the class teachers. Also, when we received these children, a lot of them were unable to alternate the fingers. They were actually showing quite poor motor skills. We've got absolutely all 38 of these children now being able to alternate the fingers individually at their own pace. However, it is definitely also supporting motor skills in creative writing and all other subjects.
Dit laat my lekker voel, want dit is iets wat ek trots is op. Ek geniet die keyboards, want ek het iets geleer wat ek nog nooit kon gedoen het nie, en dit bring iets goed in my in.
There is definitely a higher sense of confidence, teamwork between the children, and overall a sense of respect, because they are learning to listen to each other and how they can achieve an amazing end product as an ensemble. When the children actually come in these lessons with confidence and they walk out with a tremendous amount of pride.
Our vision is a very ambitious one, a frighteningly ambitious one. We want to contribute to the healing of the world, and we want to do it through music. We believe that if we can make a difference in a country that is as broken as South Africa, as damaged as South Africa, then we have the ability of doing that everywhere. And while we know that it's a challenge, we're determined to make a difference.
It gives you a great sense of self-esteem if you learn to master an instrument. It is just the best gift that you can give any child.